think you know Ninja songs? Old school or new school? Stand a chance to win big on Gusto Guess the Song. To be a part of this, call the numbers on your screen right now. Come on board and let's do things the Gusto way.
Hello guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions Live once again. Thank you so much for all this liking, sharing, subscribing. Yes, telling your friends about what we do right at Gusto TV. Big glad very much here. Again, of course, it's still 2021 with Gusto, the report card edition, where, you know, for the past couple of hours right now, from yesterday to today, we've been telling you and giving you the report card for each of, you know, the artists. It's our own, you know, little end of the year, you know, report end of the year awards, you know, the artists that have done really well and the ones, you know, that you know, have done that could do better. Basically, we've done Tiwa Savage, Davido, Olamide, Naira Marley, and right now we have the one and only, you know, Starboy, an artist that is coming up very quickly. Of course, taking the international, you know, international stage, you know, one step at a time. One of the most, you know, talented artists, you know, in terms of young artists right now that we have. Rema is in the building. Of course, Rema 2021, 2020, 2019 came up with that one, do maybe 3 different EPs to his name. Yeah. And of course, the Rave and Roses, you know, album is also coming up as well this year or maybe next year. But what would you consider as the biggest, you know, singular moment for Rema this year and the lowest moment for him?
Well, biggest singular moment for Rema, I think I would say the success with Dimensions. Okay. I mean, that was a huge moment for him. For Rema, yeah. For Rema, and there are several others. I mean, there are several others. This year was very eventful for him, yeah, on the low key, and he's done really well. He's done really well. Okay, well, he started the year off in terms of singles with, you know, this one, Bounce. Yeah. And for a lot of people, Rema, looking at this song, yeah, this song got a couple of backlash, and he came on Twitter and said he's not doing lyrics to people saying he does secondary lyrics or baby lyrics or something like that. Yeah. What do you think about people bashing this song? Well, people were looking at Rema in the eye of a small boy. Forget that he's still maybe almost he's still a teenager. He's 21. He's 21. Yeah, 21. He's no longer a teenager. He's just a teenager. He's in his youthful years. Yeah, yeah. So he's not a small boy anymore. Forget, people at 21 are already, I mean, matured up here and physically. So if you decide to sing about Woody, there's no specific age for people to start singing about their fantasies. So I think, and knowing fully well that this is the first time he's going to go that route, you get. So that's why maybe people were taken aback, because they were used to that small boyish. But yeah, you have to tell them that I don't pass that small boy level. This is what I can do. Maybe it's time for us to actually, before we go to the other singles, let's talk about Rema's Twitter meltdowns. I mean, that is good. You said downs. Meltdowns. Yeah. You know, this year. Twitter rants this year. Yeah. Twitter, you know, fiasco this year. What do you think about Rema's numerous Twitter? Well, when it comes to those ones, I mean, just have it at the back of your mind that dude is still young. He's 21. They are fearless. People of that, I mean, age group, generation Z, that they call them. They are fearless. They don't follow your usual protocol. They do things their way, and their way can be sometimes through social media. So he would learn from it. I think in the future he would grow. I mean, he would look back at some of the things he's done on social media and be like, oh my, did I really do these things? The same way someone like Wiz will look at his previous antics on social media and be like, oh, did I really used to type like this? Or did I really used to say this? And things like that. So would you consider those Twitter moments as one of his lowest this year? No, he said his piece, and more often than not, he was protecting himself and he was fighting for himself, which you can't fault. I don't think it was a low moment. I think it was just a moment of youthful exuberance. Like, I'm very, very, I mean, he wants to prove that I might be young, but at least I know what I want and I know what I'm saying. So that's what he tried to do. Okay, and do you think that Rema in 2021, with this video defending himself, was the right thing to do? Well, with this video, I don't think this video did any sort of justice to the brand of Rema. The song itself was, we know, I mean, he didn't particularly write that, right? I think perhaps Don Jazzy was part of the songwriters on there, and maybe he just did it for doing sake. Let's give people who are a bit matured something different, right? And that's exactly what he gave them. So it wasn't a response to critics or anything like that. I think this is what they plan to do all along, and they've done it.
Okay, this year 2021 as well, we know Rema did this collaboration Dimensions with Skepta, and of course with J5. When he did this actually got to #1 in Nigeria, Apple Music and everything. Did you expect Rema to do more internationally this year after this?
Well, it wasn't the first time Rema would do some sort of things to shock you. Rema has a huge fan base outside of the country. We've seen him being, as far as to the ex-president of the United States, jamming to Rema. He's got a lot of young fans across the world, and he plays on that, and he knows that yes, he's got that on lockdown. The numbers he does is crazy. He does a lot of good numbers, and the feel that he's brought to the game is different. He's bringing a new star. A lot of people are now starting to sound like Rema, and it's pointing that you people call this thing weird, Indian, blah blah blah.
Indian,
A lot of your New Yorkers are trying to sound like me now, and that's what he started off. So it's a good thing that he's trying to be different, and he's making his own mark in the industry on his own terms. So
has he done much internationally?
I think he's been more or less the same. I don't think there's anything that's changed. His core fan base, yes, he's got a core Nigerian fan base, but he's got loads outside of Nigeria, and that's very important for him. Okay,
do you prefer Soundgasm to the first one? This is the second single for the year.
I think 2021 theme for Rema was let's go the matured way. First, let's go the raw matured, and let's go the another sort of matured way with Soundgasm. And this was indeed a very
the Indian sound.
Yeah, the Indian sound. And this was another effort that was really banging. A lot of people loved this. A lot of people understood. You didn't need to say it out, but the expected nature of the song was what it is, and it did the magic for him.
Definitely. And of course the endorsement, he wasn't left out of that one as well. Rema with Monster, and of course with Pepsi. Would you say that it's been a long time coming, like for him?
Of course, Rema is one of the young artists in the game who have done really well, right? And it's shown the brightest at a particular point in time. Now there's more options for people, but before those options came on board, Rema was holding in the fort down for a lot of these guys. Perhaps you can say he inspired the new generation to say yes, of course, new cats can actually do this at a very top level. Now we've got Rema, now we've got Fireboy, we've got Malay, we've got Buju, all young boys and doing their thing.
Of course. But one of the very lowest.
I don't count this as a low moment.
As a low moment? So how would you regard this one? 2021.
This was a good moment because
for who?
For Rema, because he's done this now. Any DJ coming later on in the future would not near and say, I want to take a Rema song and put on my album. And if you know you want to do that, at least get it properly cleared before you even actually think of putting it out. And this was a very clear message. It was intentional from Rema because he knew what he wanted. He wanted to put the message out, and he did. Some people may be angry about it, aka the cap. Let them be. Nobody cares about that. He's put a message out. You want to use my music? You want my music? Please follow the right channels. Get it approved before you put it out there. Regardless who it is, whether it's Neptune or any other person, get it approved. And it's good. That's what people are preaching these days. Get your permission from whoever is due to use it before you actually put it out. Don't put it out first and not start running behind the scenes for permission. It doesn't work out that way.
But what would you say about people saying Rema was being disrespectful in all of this situation?
You think it was being disrespectful? See, if you want to respect, you give respect. Neptune did not respect Rema enough to say, okay, let's say this boy no one make I release this song, you don't want time, make I not just touch him. At least accord him that. Maybe he doesn't know, he doesn't have the right means to tell you that I really don't want this song out. They've been trying to stylishly tell you, but you were not reading between the lines. And you thought, just because you are a boy in the game, you can drop somebody else's music without their full consent. Doesn't work that way. So
should Rema have handled this better?
Well, there are always several ways to handle it, depending on the nature of it. Rema has shown to be that kind of person that send your papa. Send who you be. So that kind of person he has that reputation already. So if you don't want to see that side of Rema, then don't step on Rema. You get. So should he handle it better? Me, I'm a man of peace. I think I will have quietly just tactically played my cards with, I didn't give my consent to this, please take down this to the DSPs and disrupt their album plans. And then you come and meet me and be like, okay, so where's the permission for having my content on your album. I think it's as simple as that.
Okay, from the look of things, it kind of seemed like a couple of DJs maybe are against Rema.
Yeah, and he's got a couple of other DJs who are
for him.
Yeah.
In 2021, he's gotten that DJs for me, DJs against me. Has that affected his music in any way?
Nah, see, all these ones are recent, and they will be water under the bridge later. It seems Neptune and Rema, they've made peace. But the ones who really were already hating on the young boy without knowing what is, they're already there. The hateness will still be there, but they have no say in the scheme of things because they are not the only DJs. And with DJs, it's time by time. Even with artists, not time. Everybody get your own time. So you think you can blacklist somebody right now, it might be the end of a blacklist the next time. So a word of advice to them: please live and let live. Let the young man do his thing.
Okay. Well, before we go, it's been quite a bittersweet, 2021 for Rema. But looking at this 2020 and 2019, would you say this year has been better than the last 2 years?
Well, I mean, there's been progress. There's been progress because Rema, we're seeing shows that Rema has performed in. Rema went to the UK. He completely killed. I mean, the show. At the end of the day, he had to sit down, and he drew a reaction from the crowd. And people loved that, right? He also went on tour in the US, right? And he did his thing, and he enjoyed himself. He's also announced that he's going to drop his debut album. So 2021 may not be as eventful as the first 2 years where he was everywhere because he was trying to grow a fan base then. Now he has a fan base, and his fan base messed with him heavy. Now he's about to give them an album. So I think 2021 is, in terms of impact, it doesn't really need to impact. It's just to plan the next step, and the next step has to be huge. Something huge has to happen. Okay, so I'm going to bring you back to before we go. I mean, I just remember something right now. Before we go, Rema as an artist has talked about this album, Rema Roses. I've seen quite more like 3-4 tweets about this several months, apart and everything. But Rema not dropping the album this year, are we going to count that as a miss for him? Well, I don't think it's a miss. I think he's just trying to take his time. He's trying to get the right moment for the album. Sometimes you have to really, really plan, especially as a young artist. Plan the right moment for you to drop. I mean, the album, the most effective day or time, or maybe you haven't even fully cleared or you haven't fully mastered your content. So all that depends on you may have the name, but it's all the content ready. That's another thing. So they are just bidding their time. Maybe as the year drew to a close, there wasn't a clear picture of when they will drop it. That's why they've been stalling. But it looks like if Waves and Roses is ready, first quarter next year we're going to be seeing it. Okay, guys, let's have your thoughts on that one before we go. Lala is going to give us a rating. First of all, do you think Rema had a good year? Yeah, I think he had a good year. There was less activity in terms of singles dropped. I mean, Rema was a guy who dropped two singles EP. But there wasn't that this year. I think they were more focused. They had a theme in mind and they followed through with it. Soundgasm and Bounce. Those are expedited songs. They knew the market they wanted to target. They wanted to perhaps take Rema away from that. Peace of Mind as well. Yeah, which one? Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind. Yeah, that as well. So and then there's also dimensions in the features that were really good. He has some other features that were really good as well. So it was really strategic at the start of the year, and then towards the end they did their features, and those features banged. Rema was on charts majorly, and they got a lot of streams as well. So. And we won't forget 2021 how we got to believe that, or we got to expect that Drake and Rema was going to drop, but that one didn't drop as well. We hope that on Rema's album, that's going to be a banger. On that album. Now let's talk about the songs this year. Your rating, songs. The songs. I mean, they performed well, right? And they were good. So I'm going to give Rema a C++. 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 Okay. The collaborations were dope. I mean, he had massive collaboration with Dimensions. Till today, it's one of the biggest songs to come out this year. So I think that fine. In terms of songs, I think we'll just give Rema a B. Songs, both his songs and features, B is dope for him. Would do for him. Yeah. In terms of endorsements, he's got 2. Pepsi and Monster. Monster made a lot of noise about this and everything. I'm pretty sure there's more not coming to my head, but yes, this is a good look for Rema, and it's well deserving that he got them. So that's a B as well. Okay, B as well. So overall, Rema's 2021
What's the report card saying?
Report card is saying B. He's had a good year. He's had a really good year, and we're expecting waves and roses.
Yeah.
And I mean, all the best to Rema. He's unique. He's different. Don't step on Rema's toes. He's already let everybody know that I'm not the one to mess with. And I mean, he's had those different runs. People that killed his father. People that he's not that kind of guy to mess with. So when you're around Rema, you're trying to do anything, Rema, please be yourself. Wash. Not do anyhow before you go see anyhow.
So what's the score for him? If you say it's a B?
Yeah, it's a B. It's a B. Overall, it's a B for him.
It's a B for Rema. Anyways, guys, let's have your thoughts on that one. What percentage are you giving Rema? What grade are you giving Rema on this one? 2021, of course, we know how the boy has been really, he's been himself. Of course, he's been doing quite a whole lot. Let's have your thoughts. What exactly is the grade you're giving Rema? What is the score you're giving him over 100% and everything? What exactly has Rema done this year? What do you think? And if you think that we missed anything that we did not mention, please put them down below. Of course, we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great and fantastic time. Peace.
Peace out.